Hi, and welcome to the Great CEOs podcast. I'm your host, Pam Singleton of Inc. CEO Project, and we are here with another great CEO, Scott Anderson of iFlex. Scott is CEO, founder, and co-inventor. So Scott, tell us about your business, how you came up with the iFlex, and what it's all about.
Great. Good morning. Thanks, Pam. So the iFlex is a universal, basically we call it a utilitarian holder of things. Initially, we designed the iFlex to be able to solve the issues with air travel. We see it all the time, people holding their cell phone for 3 hours or the tablet, or they're trying to balance it up against a water bottle. It never works. So we designed the iFlex to be able to address those issues. But what we found out, especially through our social media followers, that we actually created a holder of things, from curling irons, hair straighteners, TV remotes, so it became universal. My partner is actually a nurse, and he's the one that actually came up with the idea. I just kind of helped improve it and make it more commercial grade. But his idea was more about, as he's moving carts to carts, room to room, his phone would just go all over the place because he needed to kind of check meds and everything. So he figured out how to create a holding device, and then that kind of sparked the idea. So we took that idea, went into engineering, manufacturing, and then we launched the iFlex July of 2019.
Oh, that's exciting. Where can we buy this?
So that's a great question. So we actually hit Walmart shelves October of 2020. So within about a year of actually launching the iFlex, we were picked up by a distributor and sold into Walmart. So we're in 839 stores in Walmart. Plus, you can also find us on our website and different e-commerce sites.
Can we buy you on Amazon yet?
Oh, absolutely. We actually launched. That was our founding platform when we decided to launch. My business partner and I, really the iFlex was more about earning a few extra dollars so we can go on fishing trips and beer money. And we wanted that to kind of self-fund itself. But what happened within the first couple of months of launching on Amazon, we actually broke our expectations. 3 months, we picked up a wholesaler, then we picked up a product consultant. And then 6 months later, we were invited to the Consumer Electronics Show, the largest show in Las Vegas, and we were moving along faster and bigger than we even thought we could.
Oh, that's exciting. What's your competitive advantage?
Actually, I think our competitive advantage against other products that are out there, not even speaking about ourselves, because I think compared to other companies that do kind of like what we do, I think we've got the initiative, the drive, the enthusiasm. But for the product itself, it's definitely higher quality made. I mean, we use a food grade silicone. We tested different metals. The key is that when we first decided to go into this consumer product goods line and start engineering, manufacturing something, the first thing we did was we actually looked at what the market was, what other products were out there, and then we read every negative review and figured out how we can make it better. And we did.
So you're innovative.
We try every day. We look at our product, we look at other products, we read our reviews, we take the feedback serious, and if we can improve, I mean, we don't settle. We want to make sure that we're bringing the best product all the time.
Sometimes you see products in search of a problem, but you really found the problem, identified it, and created something innovative to address it. So kudos to you.
Thank you. Really appreciate that.
How much of your revenue recurs every year?
So
I know it's early to ask, but
no. So we are no longer. This is what happened this past year. So before we were in the e-commerce, we were doing the retail, we were doing all the manufacturing, we were handling the shipping and the logistics and the freight forwarding. And this past May, we actually signed a royalty deal where we actually handed over the iFlex. So with this distributor, they were able to get us into Walmart. So now we've taken a step back, allowed them to handle, they fund all the POs, they do all the logistics, they do all the freight forwarding, they do the manufacturing. It's a hybrid because we're still involved. We work closely with the manufacturer. We give them feedback. We give them design critiques because we're very centered to what our consumers and social media want. But they actually kind of know more about what the retail piece wants. So now to get to your question, so now we're just a royalty. And so 100% of our income is now recurring, hopefully on a very quarterly basis.
That you can plow in, so you can plow the royalties directly into R&D for the future.
So
the next innovative product.
Yeah, absolutely. So with the iFlex, Walmart actually wants us to start creating line extensions. So we're actually working on new lines for the iFlex brand, along with licensing opportunities with Viacom, such as Paw Patrol, JoJo Siwa, even SpongeBob. I think SpongeBob can actually cross from young to adults. And we want these young kids. I have two granddaughters. They carry their tablets and cell phones everywhere. And we want to build that brand recognition from a very young age so that can carry with them for years to come.
You're growing very quickly. You're a new company. What's the biggest constraint to your growth right now?
So right now is kind of awareness of where we are and where we need to be. So even though we hit Walmart, Walmart's got a lot of products. And so you got to go out and find this product amongst, their millions of products. And this is where right now we're 839 stores with Walmart. And our constraint is that if we cannot get those reorders, if we don't have that awareness, that consumer awareness, we may not make second quarter reorders.
Okay, so we can help you by going out and buying this as holiday gifts.
Absolutely. Okay. So we initially launched with the iFlex on Amazon. We were selling it for $14.99. We made a specific, special, exclusive iFlex for Walmart, and now this iFlex right here, $4.88. Everybody in your office, stocking stuffers, you need it.
All right, I should get one for my dog. Talk about how many hours you work and where you allocate your time.
So that is up to last month. I was actually an Air Force officer serving at the Office of Secretary of Defense in the Pentagon. So a lot of my time was dedicated to serving our country. I just recently retired, but even still, and to this day, I still get up at 4 a.m. in the morning. I speak with our manufacturers overseas. I stay up late at night because, again, trying to communicate 12 hours difference, if I only worked with them during my time, it wouldn't necessarily work. And I would probably have to say the first year was probably 70, 80 hours a week. I was quite tired. Now that we've kind of figured out our strategy and taken a different approach, and I'm implementing, a different vision, that we don't want to be the retail piece of this. I don't want to be manufacturing and putting this in. I want somebody else who's smarter that can do it. And then that frees me up time to be able to work on different products. We've got 2 other products right now being reviewed for licensing, and we've got 1 more in R&D. So that's our goal, and that's where our time and effort is being spent.
Well, it sounds like you've delegated the headaches. So congratulations to that on that one. Not everybody does that, and you're focusing on what you do well, which is innovating.
Correct.
What defines your approach to being CEO right now?
Well, so I take a strategy approach. So I like to think that, creating, testing, and design and implementation of a long-term strategy is crucial to where we need it to be. Very beginning, when we first launched iFlex, we had a different vision, we had a different goal. And so making sure that, I maintained a living strategy and adjusting to what today's society kind of demands is how I kind of view that. So my strategy first was we needed to be in retail. Now my strategy is we need to be looking at market trends. We need to be seeing what competitors are doing. We need to do technological advances. We work, with our social media. We're involved with our customers. And in fact, today's society with what's happening around us with the virus and the pandemic
Mhm.
has actually led us to two more products that are currently being reviewed for licensing opportunities. So before, I would be just so focused on retail. Now I'm focused on a lot of R&D.
And that means you're engaging at a higher leverage in a higher leverage area as opposed to doing a little bit of everything. So that's
That is,
a great lesson learned. What do you do for fun, Scott?
well, I have two golden doodles, and they love wineries. You know, so my wife and
I
I,
hope they're of
always,
age.
let's see, times seven. Yes, they are. So no, my wife and I, we love, going out to the wineries here in Maryland and Virginia. In fact, one of the wineries, they're boutique wineries. I actually spent one weekend actually harvesting with them, supporting that small business. They're great people. And, we got served up free glass of wine afterwards. Well worth it.
All right, perfect. Well, Scott Anderson of iFlex, congratulations on the launch of the product and on your focus on innovation as opposed to how to get into retailers. And we wish you the best of luck. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for your time. And join us again for another Great CEOs podcast.